Hi everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be going live about kvCORE, real estate lead generation. What I'm going to do is just wait for a couple of people to trickle in and then we'll get started. If you're here and you're watching this, say hello in the comment section. And again, as I'm going throughout this training, if you have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comment section as well. And the reason I'm looking at another screen is because I'm sharing this screen. So I'm going to be looking here because I have all my information on this. But I'm still here. So we'll just wait for people to trickle in and then we'll get started. And remember, we're going to be doing two different tutorials today. Well, one tutorial, but it's going to be split into two. So today I'm going to be doing part one, and then next week we're going to be doing part two. And because, as everybody knows who've ever done kvCORE and learning kvCORE, it is a robust technology and there's a ton of things to learn. So what I'm going to do is take you step by step and walk you through everything. So we'll just wait for people to trickle in and then we'll get started. Thank you everyone for being here. This is kvCORE Real Estate Lead Generation. I am going to do a step-by-step tutorial for you. Once again, it is a robust technology, so it's going to be really hard for me to do everything in one take. So I've made a conscious decision to do it in two-part series. So today we're going to be doing part one, and I'll explain what that is going to be like, and then I'll do part two next week, and I hope all of you will tune in for that. So before we get started, I wanted to give you a little bit of context to who I am, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to be covering today. My name is Tamila Rajasingham. For anybody that don't know, I am a real estate agent. I'm also a global team leader with eXp Realty Brokerage. I worked in marketing for almost close to a decade, and I originally actually started doing marketing in the not-for-profit and the government sector, and more recently, I moved into the real estate sector to do exactly what I was doing with all these past years working with a number of different brands doing marketing consultation, and I want to just take it to the next level. And I have this unique opportunity now with eXp Realty to work with a lot of real estate agents to help build their brand. And I've taken all these experience that I have with marketing and I'm bringing them into the real estate industry to help build real estate agents and their business. I am a co-founder of a marketing real estate agency, an international marketing agency called Marketing and Mindset. And I'm also a co-founder of this new social media platform that we just recently launched, a social media content platform called Karubi Social. Make sure you check that out. I'm also a real estate investor. So if you're following me on social media, I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube with my husband. That's why we're a TNR brand, because Tavares is Josh Tavares is my husband. I'm Tamila Rajasingham. And together we are investors and we're real estate agents, and we do a lot of collaborative work together. So when you go on my platforms, you'll see him as well. And we originally actually started in the industry as investors to get to partner with people to JV, which we're still doing. So if you're somebody who is looking into getting into investments, you'll see a lot of content that's coming on our channel about that. So make sure you're connected. And if you have any questions on investments, make sure you connect with us about that as well. And I'm top 3% here at eXp Realty. So let's get started about today's tutorial. So I'm going to be covering part one today. So today, we're going to be learning everything about what kvCORE platform is, how to leverage this platform to grow and scale your real estate business, and really is a high-level overview. Like I said earlier, if I were to sit here and walk you through every single way how kvCORE works, it's just overwhelming. It's a lot. So I made a conscious decision to split this tutorials into two-part series, and I'm going to be focusing on some main features today. And next week, I'll feature some other main features. So this week, we're going to be talking about what makes kvCORE a smart CRM, what that looks like from a customer relationship perspective, how do you really connect with your database, how to monitor that, and how all of that works. And then we're going to also talk about your website and how that's integrated with IDX and that integration, how to set that up, how that works. We're going to dive into all of that today. Next week, 11 a.m., by the way, is time change. Today I'm doing it at 2 p.m. because I have an event to go to, but next week, I'll be up here earlier, so 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be going through, again, some more main features of kvCORE. I'm going to be talking to you about how to leverage kvCORE as a lead generation tool and some number of lead engine that is available through kvCORE. I'm going to be covering that. That includes lead landing pages, squeeze pages, as well as email marketing and more. And earlier on, if you jumped in just more recently, you'll notice that I'm looking straight into another camera, to another screen. Is because all my content is on this one. So I am here. If you have any questions, make sure you're leaving in the comment section. And if you're here, please say hi to me. I love to know who's watching and who's tuning in. So before we get started, I'm going to just jump off of this and I'm going to go into kvCORE. So if you are with a brokerage, if you're a real estate agent, a broker, team leader, whoever you are in the real estate industry and you're using kvCORE and that is provided to you by your brokerage, I'm going to walk you through what that looks like on the back end. So kvCORE, it really is a 3-in-1 tool. What we consider this is as a real estate technology is one of the best system out there, what they call it as a complete tech ecosystem for business growth, to put your business on autopilot. kvCORE is rated #1 real estate platform is to help build and power your entire real estate business. And it is a smart technology. It's a 3-in-1 tool, which is what a lot of people don't know. It's a CRM, it's an IDX website integrated. Yes, your own custom URL website is integrated into this, as well as lead generation. So you could be doing all of your business through kvCORE, which is what a lot of people don't understand. And if you know me, I talk about this all the time, especially with some of the agents in my group. I used to actually set up kvCORE, and I stopped doing that because when I started setting up people's kvCORE, yes, it was time consuming, but I realized a lot of agents would come back to me and ask me a lot of questions, and I realized that they weren't really doing anything if I was doing the work for them. Hence why when I set up my own kvCORE, I learned how kvCORE worked, because it's really, really important that you learn kvCORE and how it works, how to leverage it for your business, because it's an everyday tool. It isn't something that you set up and you let it run and then you just magically get clients. It's actually a tool that you're using for your business to help grow and scale your business. It's not a tool that's using you. You should be using the tool. So a lot of the time people realize that, a lot of my agents anyway, some of the conversation I'm having with agents, they always tell me, hey, I'm lost with this, I'm lost with that, I'm overwhelmed with this. If you're overwhelmed with it, then you have to find different ways to learn it, which is why I provide trainings on kvCORE. Rather than setting it up for you, then you'll never learn. And it's really is everything you need all in one place. And it's a new way of working. It's really like this digital age, right? People were used to working through different types of marketing form, like the traditional way. And kvCORE is just really is a smart way for you to not only leverage kvCORE as a way to run ads and bring in clients, but it's just for you to run your business, which is why I love that it's a CRM. It's your website where it's funneling people into your CRM, but it's also connected to tons of other lead generations to bring people to it as well. And this technology is actually one of the really important thing about this is too, it's a scalability perspective, is that this tool can be used for you to grow your business in a number of different ways. I actually run trainings also in ways to attract agents, to partner with agents, to grow my team. So if you're a team leader, a brokerage owner, I highly recommend you look into kvCORE. And if you have, wherever you're accessing this from, I have all the information in my description below about how to use kvCORE to get a demo, to get it for your business. If you're already a part of a brokerage and you're looking to start your own brokerage or your team and you're looking for kvCORE, I do have a demo referral link that you can get from here that you can book with one of my partners at kvCORE, because I am a kvCORE ambassador. So you can get that from there as well. So one other thing that I really wanted to mention is that this is a highly sought after CRM platform. It's like no other out there. It is very smart, and which is why I really want to walk you through this to show you how powerful this is. And that's why I'm not doing this in a webinar just yet. I do have one coming up, which I'll talk to you about in a second, but I wanted to share with you a high level information about that. If you're not already using kvCORE, why you should be using kvCORE. So let's go into kvCORE, and I'm going to walk you through, again, at a high level, an overview of what kvCORE is and how it can help your business. I'm going to be really careful with what I'm going to be clicking, because if you click on my dashboard, because again, this is my kvCORE, this is what it looks like on the back end. There's a lot of privileged information and private information of my clients that are in there. So I just want to be careful about what I'm clicking. So I'm going to be kind of walking you through them and explaining what they are. Once again, I do have a webinar coming up in a couple of weeks where I'm going to be diving into all of that, and it's going to be more of a private webinar, not so much public. So I'm going to be able to actually walk you through and show you what that all looks like on the back end. But so in an overview, kvCORE, this is the back end. And I'll show you what the end user sees, and I'll show you what everything looks like on the back end. A lot of the times, even myself, when I first got to know what kvCORE is, it's overwhelming. It looks like it's a very complicated system, but it's really not. It's really not. It's super easy, especially if you learn how to use it for your business. And like anything, right? Facebook has ton of different features, but we only use what we need. We go there to communicate with our family and friends. Some people use it for their business to run ads. We run events on there. We use the messenger aspect. Some people use the WhatsApp version of what Facebook owns. Some people use Instagram, but that's it, right? Some people use marketplace. So very similar. kvCORE is the same thing. It has tons of different features, but that doesn't mean that you have to use everything. For example, it has different ways for you to do a CMA, for you to put together a listing presentation. I don't use all of that because I go directly to my real estate board for our MLS system to pull the CMA, because everything is there. And same thing with my listing presentation. I feel like I have a kick-ass listing presentation, so I don't need to leverage and rebuild or reinvent the wheel in kvCORE. So highly recommend you figure out, what is it that you're good at, what is it that you already have, and leverage that, and then figure out all the powerful ways that kvCORE can really help grow and scale your business. So if you are one of those people that get really caught up in details, learn first how the tool and the system works, and then figure out how you want to kind of make it work for your business. So what you're looking at right here is once you log in. So if you're with a brokerage, you have credentials, so you'll log in. My husband and I use the same platform together. We both have access to this. So remember, like I said, kvCORE is a 3-in-1 tool. It's a CRM, your customer relation management, as well as your website integrated with IDX, integrated with your MLS system, as well as a lead generation tool to help you with a number of different ways to market and to bring in clients to your business. So website. So the end user, all of your clients, the front facing, the public version is your website. So this is what all of your clients will see. And I'll walk you through what that all looks like on the back end in a moment. So like I said earlier, what you're looking at is the back end. This is what the end user sees in the front end. And like I said, my husband and I, all of our brand is together. So this is where you're seeing both of our names interchangeably. So in case you're seeing Josh Tavares, that is my husband. So how all of this information is kind of funneling together is through your profile. You can go and update this, and then it'll reflect directly into how all of your clients sees your information, whether it's through the emails you sent out, your website, etc. And on the left-hand side is all the menu items of how to access kvCORE tools. Dashboard, on an overview, it shows you everything that is happening in real time, which is what I love about kvCORE and why it makes it a very smart platform, is because it really shows you all the aspects. Sorry, I just got a notification that showed up. So what makes kvCORE super unique is because it allows you to see things in real time. People see my videos where I talk about how kvCORE kind of like where you spy on your clients. The more information you have about your clients and their behaviors, the more it can help you with conversion nurturing. So I think it's really important that these features are available in your CRM. Not every CRM have these abilities, which is why I love kvCORE. So your dashboard, the first thing I do is I go into my dashboard, I look at what my clients are doing in real time. Again, I'm not going to click on this because you're going to see information of my clients, which is why I'm not clicking on it. But again, in my webinar, I do go into this and I'm going to show you everything, what that looks like. One of the really cool things about this dashboard is, like I said, because it's real time, I can see, one of my client, Linda, just looked at such and such property. And funny enough, I had a closing a couple of months ago with a client who was looking to move to Vaughan, but they ended up moving to Scarborough because I noticed in the back end of my dashboard that they were looking at places in Scarborough. But she told me she's wanting to look to move into the northern part, into Vaughan, and even into the northern side of Toronto, into the greater Toronto area. And the funny thing is that I started seeing that she was looking at properties in Scarborough. I called up and I asked her, hey, I'm sending you alerts for Vaughan, but you're searching properties for Scarborough. Are you open to looking? Where are you open to moving to? I thought you wanted to stick to primarily to Vaughan and even Richmond Hill. And she said, actually, now that I'm seeing how the prices are and the properties are, and maybe Scarborough is the right place for me. And funny enough, we actually bought our property in Scarborough. But I wouldn't have known that information so ahead of time in this relationship because I literally just put her into my database to nurture her. I wouldn't have known that if kvCORE can give me this information, this insider information, this insight. So I love aspect like that of kvCORE, this ability to really help you and meet your clients halfway. So that's what that dashboard does for me. It's just like a quick overview of what everything that I need to do. So I jump on here and I know exactly what I need to do. The other thing that I want to talk about is the Smart CRM, which I'm going to walk you through in a second. This is literally a list of everyone in your database in there, and it just really is a high level information. You can just see a list. It'll tell you where they come from, who they are, the kind of information, and different ways for you to funnel them. Kind of, it really does kind of look like this in a way, but again, I'm not clicking on it because I have personal information of my clients in there. The next is listing. This is where it's going to show you, it's again, like I said, kvCORE in real time is updated with all the listing that is hitting the market on your MLS listing, whatever the MLS that you're connected to, MLS, your real estate board that you're connected to. So this is what it looks like. This is literally all the properties that have hit the market, and it's everything that you can see that's sitting on the MLS, and that all the information that you have access to. You can search this, you can click on this, you can learn anything about it. So let's look at this one property and what that looks like. And next week, I'm going to dive into how to leverage all of this from a lead generation perspective. But today, I'm going to just give you a high overview. So this, you can look at this again. This is the back end of what the property is, the information, anything that is uploaded through the MLS about this property. So again, open house information, if there is any images, where it is, anything that is the public can see as well. So not so much all the detailed information that you're going to get from your MLS, but enough for you to do and share this with your clients. The other is all the marketing tools that are available. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, and how to use this to nurture and to convert your clients. And again, I'm going to go through some of these in a detailed way of how to leverage them in our next tutorial. So make sure you tune in for that. And the other thing is lead engine. Again, number of different ways for you to use this as a lead generation tool for you to funnel people to your CRM. What I love about kvCORE and why I am a big fan of this is that I'm a huge fan of integration, part of working smart. I'm a mom and I have two young children. I have multiple different businesses. I don't have time to be the admin person, to be the operation person, to be the real estate agent, to be the real estate manager. And I have a virtual brokerage. I don't have an office for a reason because I believe in smart technology. I believe in working in this digital age in a way that you're leveraging all these smart tools to help you automate a lot of things. And that's what kvCORE does for me, and which is why I leverage a lot of these tools, because you want to have things built in a way that whether it's your social media, whether you have ads that are running, everything to be funneled to your website, and then your website pulls people into your database, and then you nurture them using all of these tools that are within kvCORE. So that's in a nutshell how that works. The other is you can manage all of your transaction. I don't love it for transaction in while you're doing the transaction. It really is prior to and after that I love the way that it tracks everything. The next is your web IDX. So this is your website manager. Remember I said that this is a 3-in-1 tool, your CRM, your website lead generation. So this is the front end, the end user can see the public facing part of your website. This allows you to connect, sorry about that, to connect with your audience, and to share information, and to create landing pages through this website. Number of different ways, again, to bring people into your CRM and to pull people into really building your database. So how you set up your website, how that works is through this aspect. Super easy. A lot of the time people ask me, it's like, I'm really confused. I've never done website editing before. I have no idea how any of this stuff works. Can you set this up for me? And again, I tell people, it's like, it takes you 2 minutes to go do this. It's super easy. All you have to do is come click on the web IDX. You come and click edit setting, and there's literally a video that shows you all the basic that you need to do in order to set up your website, because you can kind of get, I call it an empty template, but it's really not an empty template, but it's really a good starting point to put all of your info in. And I'll show you all the things that I've done. So make sure that you're adding your trade name here. It's reflective of your real estate board that you're a part of. And this is a huge thing. I do review all of my real estate agents, all of my team. So I have my own group, and I provide kvCORE tutorials for them and kvCORE support. And one of the things that I do is any of my agents who is about to launch a website, I review their website to make sure it's ready to go. And one of the biggest thing that I see with our agents doing is that not everything's integrated. Like I said, make sure that you don't know how people are going to come to your website, through what ad, through what Google search. You have no idea. Make sure everything's integrated, because I'll tell you one thing. I had a client that came from realtor.ca to our website, and she DM'd me through my Instagram because she came here and clicked here. Does that make sense? So you don't know the true journey of your clients and how they're going to get there, especially if you're newer agents and you haven't truly started to measure and look at your customer journey. So it's really important that you make sure everything's set up correctly and the people are able to reach you and connect with you. And especially if everyone's, remember, a lot of the time when people make buying or selling decisions, when there's a particular change in their life. So it's really important that we are prepared for that, and that we're allowing people and meeting people halfway so that they can connect with us and find us online. So make sure that everything's integrated. This is one of the big, like I said, big thing that I've noticed about real estate agents, and not everything's connected. So make sure all of your social media platform is readily accessible. And the other thing is, in this agent profile, you can add your bio in. I make sure I added mine and Josh's information in, so anybody that wants to get to know us, that they can, and and they can read a little bit about us. And then ability for them to search and find properties. The beautiful part about this website that is different from you being a part of any other brokerage is that, especially if you're an agent that are part of another brokerage, you'll notice that you have a profile within a realtor website, and which is great that you have that, and often real estate agents share that as their website. But the part that the caveat to that is working against you is, let's say if you were to run ads or to promote yourself, you're on social media, you're on YouTube, you're putting out content, and you think you're doing all the great job, but your client come to find you and they go to your website. And if your website is set up in a really smart way to pull them in and to attract them directly into CRM, the interesting part is you don't have something like kvCORE that's pulling them in, and that website isn't yours. Remember, it's your brokerage website, and you're just a listing rather than having your own custom URL. Nobody has access to the people that are going to come from my website. Those are my leads. Those are building my database, not my brokerage or my broker's database. So a big difference here. Make sure you have your own IDX. When I say IDX, MLS integrated website. If you're a real estate agent, make sure it's custom URL where your CRM is integrated. Key part to this. Even if you're not using kvCORE, whatever you're using, that is a cornerstone to making sure you have a successful business. That's business fundamentals. Okay, make sure that you own your database, not somebody else. And because you don't know where your career is going to go. So you're going to come in here, like I said, watch this quick video. It's going to show you how you can do all of that. Change your social media, integrate your biography, your little logo, change the colors of your website to customize it for your brand. So anytime somebody leaves Instagram, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, they come to your website, you want to make sure everything look and feel the same, so that people don't feel like they've lost and they've gone somewhere. So just making sure that is seen through is important. The next is marketplace. This is a number of different ways. Like I said, kvCORE is such a robust technology. There's so many different ways you can do things. You can make it rain, where you can run Google pay-per-click ads. You can run Facebook ads through here. You can integrate Zapier into here, your email marketing, voicemail drop. There's so many things. Your transaction management, like SkySlope, everything through here. A lot of them are paid, some of them are free. I highly recommend you explore and use what is needed for your business. And I do use a lot of this to make it smart. And again, you don't have to use all of them. That's another thing that a lot of real estate agents get really overwhelmed about kvCORE, is because they think that they have to leverage everything, and you don't. So you use what is going to make and move your business forward. The next thing that I want to touch upon is the business analytics. This is, again, on a high level. It's going to show you everyone that's in your database, everyone you converted, and kind of moving them along that journey. And again, what you don't measure, you're not able to really assess and understand your business. So it's really important, especially if you're a newer agent, you start to measure all aspects of your business. You're able to successfully evaluate your business so that you can move it forward in the right direction. So make sure you understand that. The other thing that I wanted to really point out here before we jump into the smart CRM aspects of things is the support and training. this is so good. This is how I learned kvCORE. I didn't watch any YouTube videos. I didn't watch anything. I learned from kvCORE. And then because of my prior background in marketing, I was able to take all of my marketing knowledge of just how to run campaigns, how to target, and I used all of that strategy to apply it to this system. That's the important part, which is why I'm running my own webinar for how to use kvCORE, but how to actually grow your business using smart marketing strategies. And I'll get into that in a second. I'll share all that information with you. So, but if you have to go and if you want to know what that is, it's in my description below. So I just wanted to put it out there. The other thing, anytime I felt like I hit a wall and I was confused about what's going on with kvCORE, the first thing I did was, instead of going and paying somebody else to give me that answer, and because it could be a technical issue, I literally came in here to live chat, and I started just asking them the question. And I love their live chat because they would give you screenshot of how to find something. And funny enough, there's multiple times when I was either felt like I'm confused, or I felt like I hit a wall and I'm not sure what's going on, or I need more information about a certain feature. Some of the time it was actually technical issue, so which they were able to resolve. So imagine if I had gone and paid somebody to help me resolve that issue for me, because there's a lot of people right now setting up people's kvCORE, training people. But again, like I said, setting is good, but make sure you get the right training on how to leverage kvCORE and how to use it. Because if you don't learn how to use it properly, and if you had someone set it up for you and run it on autopilot, then how is this an everyday tool? How is this really helping you grow your real estate business? And this is something that you want to be in here updating and really helping you build your relationship with your clients. So that being said, again, like, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section below and I'll happy to get it to you. The next thing that I wanted to move into, again, I don't want to click on the Smart CRM because of personal information of my clients in there. I'm going to go into, I created my, a test, a client, which is me, and I'm going to walk you through what this looks like. So each of your client has this pop-up window that'll pop up, and it has all of their profile information in it. And this is what makes this platform a smart CRM. So when you click on any of your clients, you'll get this profile, and it'll have their information in it, their first and last name, or any whatever information you have for them, their phone number, their email address. This is actually my information, my personal email address and my business phone number. And it'll identify if they're buyer, seller, whatever, and you can change them according to who they are, or both. And it'll I'll get into the hashtag in a second. You can ability to categorize using hashtag. It'll give you an automatic summary of some of the activity that are taking place. And then in the center is a timeline of every single activity that this client is doing, an email that you sent to them, an email that they've opened in real time. You can see if they viewed your email, which is awesome. A text message that you sent. Really is a timeline, when they came in, where they came in from. Because remember, I have Facebook ads that are running that people are coming through. So it's really important that you know where your clients are coming from, what they're clicking on, what properties, and any properties that they looked at, it'll show here. Oh, there, yeah, I did click on a property. So you see view two properties, and it'll show you exactly what properties they've looked at, what price range, which is amazing. Gives you that ability to really understand what is going on in the back end of the activities of your clients. And here's what it looks like. So look, when I opened an email, it shows me that this is what I opened. And anytime I send an email, and remember, I'm going to be diving into this a little bit deeper in the next tutorial next week, where I talk about email marketing. But this is one of the emails that Josh and I send out. Some of the ones about pre-construction resale condos, some of our videos, everything that we sent out, and alerts. And you can see when people open up. In my case, whenever I opened, it can show you. And the other thing that this is really, really important, and a lot of people actually don't understand it, especially new real estate agents, and especially myself when I got into the industry, is that people think, oh, I'm working with a client. A client meaning, are they on contract, versus you're showing properties, but you haven't put them on a piece of paper yet, an agreement. So this is why it's so important that you make sure that you're taking them on your journey. I have people in here that is categorized under spheres, so people that are my friends, family, people I've already known. I have people that I've outlined as prospects, people that Josh and I do cold calling, that are coming through here, as well as through my YouTube videos, or certain things that are being used as a prospecting tools to bring in people here. The other thing is, I have clients in here that are coming, again, like I said, directly from a Facebook ad, then in this case, they're going to be labeled as a new lead that are coming to this database. And which is really important, and I'll touch upon this in our next tutorial, is I have smart campaigns that are enabled in kvCORE that automatically on the smart campaign. So these are the drips, the messages that goes out to your leads, which is why it's important that you label them the right way, because it triggers them to send a certain sequence of messages depending on what they are and what part of the customer journey they're on. So for example, I've labeled that if they're a new lead, that they're going to be, for example, if they're a new lead, make sure you send all these touch points throughout this time period. And if they reply back to you, move them to active lead. And I was able to do that so that I know that if they reply back, it's my turn to call them and actually have that conversation and build our relationship. But in the meantime, they can get nurtured by the system because they're not really doing anything, if that makes sense. And then once they reply to me and they're ready to look at properties, I move them to client. And then once they put them on contract, I move them to contract. And then once they're closed, again, it'll be, all of that will be captured in your business analytics that I showed you earlier. And the other thing that I want to touch upon too that's really important is what you can do and how you interact with your client. Whether you want to call them directly through here, message them through here, you can leave them a quick voicemail drop, as well as sending them text messages. If you even want to, I have people in my group that I share some of my leads with, and especially if I'm going away or if I wanted to share some of the leads. For example, like Josh and I have too many things on our plate that we got tons of people that were looking, especially right now. There's a lot of shortage of inventory. So we had a lot of people that were looking, tenants that were looking for lease opportunities, and we weren't able to help them because of our capacity. So I was able to give them to a lot of my agents who were newer, who love any business. So I was able to transfer my lead directly to the agents, and we're all connected through our broker GXP. So I was able to directly transfer them. And the beautiful part, when I transfer or share a contact in particular, I can see all the activities that are still going on with that lead, and I'm still staying top of mind. Or I'm making sure that my agents are staying top of mind with that client and able to close that deal, and to really helping them out, especially if they're newer agents. So this is really important. And then if they unsubscribe, etc., you can see all of that here. And this is why this technology is so robust, because there's so many layers that comes to being and how you connect with your database. And that's why this is such a robust technology, and it gives you a leading edge compared to what a lot of other real estate agents have access to. Now, I just wanted to let you know that this is kind of in a nutshell what I'm going to be covering today, because we're on a live and I don't want to go into too much information about everything else. And which is why I consciously split this tutorials into two parts. Like I said, next week I'm going to be diving into more of some of the features of kvCORE, some main features of kvCORE, how to leverage lead generation tools. Remember, today we covered why kvCORE is a smart CRM, as well as an IDX website integration and how you update your website. And next week, we're going to talk about how you can set up a landing page, squeeze pages, how email marketing works, how to automate your email marketing, smart campaigns, and so much more. And what this tutorial does is that I'm really giving you a step-by-step tutorial, really on a high level of how kvCORE works. But what's really important here is that I want to take everything to the next level, because I come from a background of marketing. In order for me to truly take kvCORE to the next level, I realized that it's beyond technology, and which is why I'm running a webinar series starting in 2 weeks, starting May 3rd. It's a 4-part a webinar series that is around kvCORE lead generation. This is the ultimate real estate marketing webinar. Again, it's an intensive 4-week webinar, and it's beyond just the technical side. I'm going to show you exactly how kvCORE works, again, so you know how the platform works. But I'm going to take you to the next level and show you effectively how to use it as a smart CRM, how to really help grow and scale your business. And why this is like no other kvCORE training is because I'm going to give you actionable marketing strategies, campaign ideas on how to leverage this powerful real estate technology to not only generate, but to nurture and to convert your leads. Again, beyond just the technical aspect, which is what I do with my agents on a weekly basis. in our mastermind calls, I run a number of different kvCORE tutorials. Every couple of weeks, we do a kvCORE Q&A, and we talk about a certain topic. And then for those agents that are really needing that one-on-one help, I do that with them. And I realized all these months of doing that. And then I also, at the beginning, a couple of months ago, for those of you that know that I helped set up your kvCORE, I used to do kvCORE setup, and I realized that I would set these up for you. You would go and you realize you still feel lost. And this is why I'm not a huge believer in kvCORE setups, because again, you need to learn how to use the technology for your business. And once you learn it, it's really is a part of how your business function. And what's unique about this webinar is it's a strategy based webinar. You're While you're learning how kvCORE works, but you're also learning how to really use it as a all-in-one tool for your business. So I hope all of you will join. I left all of the information in our description of wherever you're tuning in from and watching. Make sure you click on the link. There's more information as to every single week what we're going to be covering. We're going to be diving deep into. Remember, it is a private webinar, so I'm going to be able to show you more information. And I can really share my screen and show you some more personal information that I wasn't able to show you today, because I am on a public platform right now, and I want to be really careful with not making any of my personal information on my clients available to people. So that's the only reason I wasn't able to really dive into a lot of a technical side of things today. But really, some of the trainings that I do is really from a strategy-based perspective. But if you guys have any questions about what I walked through today, make sure you can leave it in the comment section below. Even beyond the live sessions, you know that you can leave it there, and I'll respond to it accordingly. So wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of you watching. If you have any questions about the webinar that's coming up, whether you need training for your team, if you're a brokerage owner who has access to kvCORE, I'm happy to do that. And also, if you're a real estate agent and you're looking to come to EXP, you want to partner with me and you want to have access to all of these tools and work with me to help build your business. That's actually the white noise that went off for my children. Their nap time is over. But that's what I do. That's what all of the services that I do, and that's what my webinar series is about. It gives you a little glimpse, and today I'm just giving you really a little glimpse. It's a lot of information I know that I shared with you today, but again, it's a very small glimpse of what you get with me when you work with me, because kvCORE is a very, very robust technology, but it's not a hard technology to use. It's really easy if you learn how to really leverage it and to apply it for your business. So I appreciate all of you watching and for tuning in, and thank you so much, Sonia, and everybody else that were tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And please, like I said, tune in next time. Next Tuesday, I'll be here at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.